No, no, it's great. There's so much great content. When I ask you for the theme of one of the most important texts in all of humanity, it's kind of hard to summarize it all in just a few minutes. So, no worries there. I'm curious. I believe like Michael Heiser's view is kind of like when we look at like the fall and like why is there evil and things like that. He looks at it like a lot of times we think it's just like the fall in like Genesis 2 or Genesis 3, the fall of man. But then he also would say that things like the Tower of Babel and the Nephilim story play a major big impact on like evil in the world and like why is there evil and stuff and such. So I'm curious, like if you're familiar with his view, like do you kind of like sympathize with that, where like why is there evil is a much more complex question that doesn't just involve the fall, even in like Genesis?
I'm familiar with his work. We're friends, and I respect the work that he does, and we agree on a lot of things.
Mm-hmm.
I don't particularly see Genesis or the Old Testament in terms of the creation, fall, redemption sort of narrative.
Okay.
So I don't see that as a meta narrative that is well established in the Old Testament itself. Certainly, we can
Mm-hmm.
look back on it and see those elements. So I'm not inclined to think that Genesis is talking about how did we get evil? How did evil come along? I think that rather than the issue of moral evil, which is a thing, but that rather they're talking about the ordered world and how the ordered world became disordered. And certainly moral evil is part of that. But I'm not sure that I see the texts in Genesis and in the rest of the Old Testament developing that. Notice that the prophets never go back to the fall. Neither Old Testament nor New Testament call it the fall. Okay, and the prophets never go back to it. They talk about how Israel has violated the covenant, not how humanity has fallen from grace. So I try to look at things, first of all, from the text in context, the Old Testament context. There's room later on to talk about theology and New Testament and Augustine and all of those things. But I always want to start with text in context and try to see how they are viewing it.